Hey YouTubers, this video will cover a upgrade or swap of the killer network card with this Intel AC9260 card. Now, the whole reason I had gotten this card is I never use Wi-Fi on here because I do have a hardwired jack, so I rely on that for my networking, but I do rely on the card for Bluetooth, especially Bluetooth 5.0. On Killer's website, they did mention that the 1535 card was Bluetooth 4.2 and I wanted to upgrade to 5.0, thus the Intel card. However, when I checked the LMP version, it did say 9 point something, which indicates that it's supposed to be 5.0, but again, all specs show me that it's 4.2. But regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out. First thing you wanna do is release these two latches here. And with those two latches done, next thing you're gonna do is pull this release latch here. That's going to release the side cover. Simply lift that up. And then next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna swing out the entire power supply chassis here. So with the PSU swung out of the way, now we're looking at, this is the back of the PC. You're going to need a PH0 Phillips head to remove the Wi-Fi card right here, but all the while being very mindful of the thin antenna cables. And here's a close-up shot of what we're going to be working on. It is lefty-loosey here. Now you do also have to be mindful of that little plastic flap that went over the screw and just take everything out together. It may make things easier if you remove this cable out of the way to give yourself just a little bit more room to work with. So once you remove the screw, this whole thing lifts up a little bit, as you can see there, and the whole card will lift out that way. And this is the plastic piece that holds this card. So here's a close-up of the two cards side by side. Of interesting note is that the killer card actually has the white as the main and the black as the aux, whereas on the Intel it's actually reversed. Based on everything that I've read, there should be absolutely zero difference between which cable you use, whether it's the white or the black. There is a difference between the main function and the aux function I've read, but in terms of which cable goes where, it doesn't, but whatever. Just for consistency's sake, I'll go with the coloring, black on black, white on white. Now, if you happen to have dropped that screw, unfortunately, it's not magnetic, so magnetic bit's not really going to help you. Maybe if you had a tweezer or whatnot, you could pull it out, but luckily it didn't go too far. Okay, once you've got the card slotted correctly, it's just a matter of pushing it down and then screwing it back on. So just to wrap up the install, you'll want to route the wires to the right, meaning looking at this way with the GPU up here, because you want to ensure the wires don't touch the GPU as it gets fairly hot, plus not to mention who knows what kind of EMF it might create. I believe there are some wire clips here. I didn't bother routing it, but it's there as an option if you choose to use it. Last but not least, don't forget to plug in the GPU power cable. Before we get into the test results, one thing I did want to highlight is that even though I could still see the previously paired device, they won't connect, and they've actually been removed, meaning their Bluetooth profiles have been removed under the Bluetooth setting here. However, I do see the Bluetooth card here now, and going into the properties advanced, you do see the LMP version is 9, so that does have Bluetooth 5.0. In terms of the Wi-Fi, it does show up down here, Intel Wireless AC9260 there. So first thing to do is to ensure all the latest drivers are installed. I do have the Intel Support Assistant installed, so I'm going to run that. And there you can see it's asking to install a bunch of drivers, and probably an upgrade for the video driver as well. So I'm going to go ahead and run these. I'm going to choose the complete setup here. So after the driver has updated, you can see that the LMP version is now 10, representing Bluetooth 5.1. Of note is that this version does not show you the aptX support, so case in point, my Blue Wave Get, the custom or the advanced tab is no longer available for the aptX, but rest assured Windows 10 does support aptX, and I validated that with the blue waveget via the LED on the device itself. Last but not least is a bunch of issues I ran into after I upgraded. I had not previously removed the old Bluetooth profiles, and because of that I couldn't quite connect, or when I did connect I ran into some volume issues where the volume was very low, nor could I remove the devices. The way to solve that is just simply to enable the airplane mode, then go into here under View, Show Hidden Devices, and then simply remove all of the old profiles. Here you can still see the old Bluetooth, which I'm actually going to uninstall. And then using this method, you should remove all the previously paired devices and then reconnect them, and then that should solve all of your connectivity issues. Now the only other change I noticed was that this is now labeled as 160 megahertz. I don't really know if there was any additional benefits or settings and whatnot, but so now we get to the test results, and I need to stress that this is simply highly unscientific. I'm not about to bust out any additional equipment beyond just using speed tests, running that test 5 times using 5 gigahertz, and then another 5 tests is running 2.4 gigahertz. And again, this was not the aim of me getting this card. However, though, in looking at the results, basically the 5 tests, the average rate was a 7 millisecond ping time with the average of 205 megabits for download and then just 85 for upload. This was with the killer Wi-Fi card. And then with the 2.4 gigahertz here, you see 6.6 seconds, 80.2 and 46.4 respectively. Now, the Intel card was significantly better, right? So you got 304 megabits average here and 244 up. So even the download was better, but the upload was significantly better. Now on the 2.4 gigahertz band, it wasn't as drastic, right? 6 megabits improvement roughly, or 7 megabits here. But the upload again was nearly double of that one. So bottom line is that this was definitely a worthwhile upgrade, but again, it was really about the Bluetooth that I got this for. Now, in terms of the Bluetooth test, it was as simple as grabbing my QCY-T5s, hooking it up each time, first with the 1535, and then conducting 2 tests. One simple test was walking from my office straight down the hallway, and then counting the total steps until I finally ran into interference. With the 1535, I reached 31 steps, and then with the 2960, it was slightly shorter than that at 28 steps. Now the second test was just simply going from the office down a curved stairway to the first floor. With the 1535, I got up to 44 steps because each stair counted as 1 step as well. And then with the 2960, it was 43 steps. So all in all, it seems like the 1535 had slightly better distance, but in terms of what the advantages of the 2960, it has Bluetooth 5.1. Now that's not really exciting because the major thing there was about 2 or 3 major new features, of which one of them was about better detection where your devices were. So let's just say if your truly wireless earbuds supported it, it would have an angle of arrival and angle of departure, so it could better pinpoint where your devices are. But that to me is not the exciting bit. I'm actually waiting for Bluetooth 5.2 with the LE audio. That will bring a lot to audio enthusiasts, so that's what I'm eagerly looking forward to. I will post up a future review in case I do get those devices. So that's a wrap for this video. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching.